Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing well. I see a lot of controversial topics around the new event, Serpent Moon, especially the Gilded Path, or better known in the gaming community as a Battle Pass. So throughout the video, you will either hear me say Battle Pass or Gilded Path. This is the first Battle Pass introduced in Hunt Showdown. I asked on Twitter, several Hunt Showdown discords, YouTube community posts, the Hunt Showdown Steam forum, and of course on the Reddit of Hunt Showdown as well, what their thoughts was on the first Battle Pass system of Hunt Showdown. And here are some of the comments, what kept coming up, and also some positive ones. Some of the comments also claim that crytek prioritizes legendary skins over gameplay features, and that's why there is a Battle Pass. Let's hear what social media manager Fancy has to say about this.
Some of you also asked why we can produce legendaries quicker than gameplay content updates. The production of skins and DLCs require mostly artists, while gameplay feature require a much longer process, including multiple departments, anywhere from coding to narrative.
And of course, this is the solution what crytek came up with.
We are also actively hiring to make sure we can deliver more in the future.
Let's hear out the real reason why there is a Battle Pass.
We've also received a lot of suggestions for other changes, such as battle passes, more customization and more. And as we mentioned, we will experiment with multiple things going forward.
Of course, for the people who know the Battle Pass system, how this works. And for the people who don't know how it works, I'll go over a quick explanation. And also on how to proceed about the Battle Pass. As you can see, here are the event rules. Before we go into it, I want you to know that the golden emblem is the snakes and the green emblem is the event point. So how to actually gather event points? Well, once we have snakes from a snake den, which you can see on screen right now, or looted from hunters or killing bosses, one snake will get you 2 event points. Snakes can be sacrificed on the furnace you can see on screen right now. And when you basically destroy a snake den, by meleeing the snake den or shooting the snake den, it will give you 2 event points. When you collect snakes from the snake den, it will give you 3 snakes and 4 event points. When you investigate event clues and rifts, so yes, this also works for quick play, this will give you 8 event points. When you kill a boss and you banish him, it will give you 8 snakes and 10 event points. When you loot enemy corpses, well, this is a bit different because you will basically loot the snakes what that hunter had on his body, but on top of that you get 12 event points. And last but not least, when you extract with at least 1 bounty, you get 20 event points. So make sure before you extract you bring in all of the snakes, and the snake furnace can only be found in the compound where the boss is. Keep in mind, if you extract or you die without burning the snakes, you will lose the snakes, you keep the event points. So before you extract, make sure to sacrifice your snakes. Now, as you can see, it is quite easy to proceed the Battle Pass, especially since the Battle Pass is for 61 days, which ends on 21 September, right when the event ends. There are quite a lot of cosmetic items you can unlock by both the free version of the Battle Pass and the paid version. Before I show you all of the items you unlock, I want to show you the hunter you unlock and the different stages, because this is something you never saw before. The hunter got 4 different stages to progress. As you progress throughout the event, you can continue to choose what stage you'd rather wear, but if you like the first stage, you don't need to wear the higher stages. Now that we went over the hunter, let's go over the items you can unlock. We have the free version and the paid version. Let's go with the free one first. We have 1 free hunter, but 2 stages. The first stage is unlocked at level 1, and the second stage is unlocked at level 7. We have 2 new weapons, the Romero 77 Alamo and the Sparks pistol. But keep in mind, once the event ends, you will still have access to these weapons throughout your bloodline. And last but not least, we have 3 legendary rewards. One is unlocked at level 11, it is called the Antosha, which is a skin for the Caldwell conversion chain pistol. The second one is unlocked at level 17, which is the Red Dog, that's a dynamite bundle. And at level 19 we unlock the Lucidus, which is a skin for the Veterli 71 Carbiner Silencer. And for the paid version, it will give you the same hunter as the free version, but 2 more stages. The third stage is unlocked at level 13 and the last stage is unlocked at level 19. In total we will have 5 legendary rewards. At level 1 you will unlock the Snake Oil Ward, which is an antidote shot. At level 3 you will unlock the Earth Shine, that is a skin for the Berthier Amelie 1892. At level 5 you will unlock the Coluber, that is actually a skin for the Alamo. At level 9 you unlock the Snake Shot, which is a skin for the Sparks pistol. And at level 16 you will unlock the Slither, that's a skin for the Winfield M1873 Swift. Of course, if you bought the Gilded Path, what's the paid version, you will also unlock everything from the free version of the Battle Pass. The paid version will cost 1500 blood bonds, what equals out to 15 euros. But for the people who want a head start, they can go a different paid version, for a total of 2750 blood bonds, what equals out to 27.5 euros. It will give you the Battle Pass and 3000 event points. But not everyone bought blood bonds to buy the Battle Pass, since blood bonds are fairly easy to obtain. Some people even saved up enough blood bonds to buy the Battle Pass through just playing the game. As you can see in the Battle Pass, there is also quite a lot of blood bonds you obtain. A total of 1150 for the paid version, and for the free version you will get 150 blood bonds. Let's go over on why there's a Battle Pass. To help me out with this, we're going to go into the monetization update video from Hunt Showdown, featuring the social media manager Benze and publishing manager Hans. In case you want to see the full monetization video, make sure to click the link in the description below.
For any game, you can only sell a finite number of copies. So before it would become an unstable revenue source, we had to move away from this reliance and make sure we got a better revenue stream from our DLC and our Bloodborne items. For the last 4 years, we supported Hunt with a lot of free updates. We want to keep doing that for years. We simply know from any game that eventually this source becomes less. If we don't do that, we at some point can't support Hunt anymore.
As you heard Hans saying, you can only sell X amount of copies and then the income, the Hunt Showdown department of crytek, will make a loss keeping up the game. This is not a game like Call of Duty or Battlefield, where there's hundreds upon thousands of people buying the game. But still, they have been spoiling us for the years with free content. If you have played Hunt Showdown for a while, you never had to buy blood bonds because this was obtained way too easy. There's also been a lot of new hunters and legendary skins you could buy if you played the game, and you could actually buy them with blood bonds. I've been playing Hunt Showdown personally since 27 November 2019 and I never had to buy blood bonds to buy anything in the store. I have noticed this, and since I love Hunt Showdown so much, I realized this pretty early on. I started to buy DLCs in January 2022. Was this Hunt Showdown's fault? Yes and no. Let's get back to Benze and Hans.
Too many blood bonds were being pumped into the economy. We did this on purpose. We want to give people incentives to look into legendary items and to play for that. But it came to a point that by far the majority of blood bonds in the economy were given away, and only a very small percentage was being sold.
But this means, in other words, that crytek wanted to let us unlock different legendary items and hunters by playing the game. This goes well until you realize that if you give everyone the option to let people unlock legendary items and hunters by playing the game, why would they buy blood bonds? Some people could not resist the urge to play the game and buy blood bonds, while the majority of people waited until the hunter or item they wanted was on sale in the blood bond store and bought it at a cheaper price. Let's hear the shocking truth.
On average, for every 100 blood bonds that we gave away, we sold only 10 blood bonds. In some cases, that even meant that for some of the items we released, we were losing money instead of making money.
So obviously, sustainability is super important for every game out there.
What was the other option than a battle pass?
So to keep it sustainable for the long term, we had two options. The economy was already in a very bad state, so we either had to basically introduce a completely new currency, which would mean that all new items we release would be sold for a new currency, and in the long run, the blood ban would become worthless. Or we make gradually smaller changes. This is what we eventually did. We increased some of the prices. We introduced a pop-up. We did a couple of other things. We knew this would cause some negativity. That is understandable. We don't like doing this, but we felt that this was a better way because it kept the player choice there. We like to give our players options to play, options to pay, options to save up for certain things. And if we kept the value for the blood ban there, we knew the player choice was remained there, and we knew that in the long run that would have been the better option, and that's why we choose for that one.
This means they went for option number 2. Tell me in the comments down below what option you think was better. Build the Battle Pass feature, stay in Hunt Showdown.
Does that mean that we are going to be adding more monetization in the future?
One thing we will do is we'll experiment here and there during our events. Because our events are temporary, they are a nice experimentation ground for both gameplay and monetization. Bloodbath income comes, of course, from cosmetics, as it should be, but we only have hunters and weapons. So one thing we're looking at is adding other cosmetic options.
What is Hans' response to the Battle Pass?
That's important that we hear from you, so we can take that into consideration. When we do make a mistake, please remember that we don't do that because we are money hungry, but because we're humans. We want Hunt to be around for a very long time. We know it can grow, and we have a lot of plans for how we can make it grow. And to be able to do that, we need to be able to sustain the game. And because of that, this is a necessary thing.
As you heard, they do it because they want the game to still be around for a very long time. I am going into another topic here a bit too much. So is the Battle Pass worth it? I would say yes. Firstly, I am agreeing with Hans. I want the game to be around for a very long time. I don't do it only because I want the cosmetics, but also to support crytek and Hunt Showdown. The Battle Pass only obtains skins, so there won't be any advantages or disadvantages if you either buy it or not. For the people who did not buy the Battle Pass, will they change your mind? Or are you still not gonna buy it?